Hey, I am just coming to you off the cuff here. As you can see, I'm still in my jammies. My hair is up in the knot, and I haven't covered this face yet. So if you can't hear me, go ahead and turn it up because I have something to say. I have had a very what's the word? I don't want to say dark because that makes it sound like I had something bad happen to me, you know? More like desert like time last few years where a lot of waiting and things like that. And I had been dreaming about starting a blog for a while, and so I started one. And it was really slow going. And these things take time to find the right people, the right friends, and that's just how it is. It wasn't, but it was just a very quiet, unseen time, but also in hindsight, a really perfect time. I think this is like exactly what God wants. So I reason why I'm like, just off the cuff here. I'm here in my little office area in the basement, still in my jammies, and I never, if you know me, I never let people see me in my jammies without makeup and stuff. That's just not, I mean, my family, but that's just not what I do. So you gotta know it's important. But so some of you may know, some may not. I had this post go viral. And let me tell you a little bit of background on that. I had been seeing so many discouraging things, so many teachers. They're just like, oh, what are these kids going to do? We're going to have a big gap in the learning because these kids have missed so many days of school, are going to miss so many days of school. And just a lot of discouragement. And I will admit, I am an optimist. So, I do tend to see the silver lining of things, or at least try to, even when it's hard. But I really was enjoying my time with my kids. Now, I will be upfront with you. My kids are little. I'm not trying to figure out algebra. I'm not, I don't have anyone graduating this year, so it's not as traumatic. So I will be honest with you. Also, my husband is still working. He is in an office where he's pretty much by himself now, because 90% of the time. So he still has work to do, but like the people around aren't there. So like we're lucky. I get it. We are not in the front lines. We do not have anyone in our immediate family who has contracted the virus. Like, I get it. We are lucky. And, our living situation's fine. And really, my boys are kind of homebodies. So, like, to get to be with mom full time is kind of like the big deal. It's good for them. So, anyway, I wrote all that. I'm like, man, I'm loving this time with my boys, my kids. I'm getting to be with them. We're getting to be in the yard. We're going to have quiet time. There's not all this rushing around to school and packing lunches and late nights and getting homework done and trying to keep up with, is it wear your hair in knots day or whatever. And those, don't get me wrong, those things are wonderful. We chose that. But hey, have you ever had a moment where you're just like, can the world just pause for a minute so I can catch my breath? Can you all just slow down for a sec? And that's what we've got. That's what happened. We got that. So, like, this is a gift. Sometimes gifts come with a lot of responsibilities and it's hard, but this is a gift, and let's see what we can do with it. So, what kind of brought on me doing this video was last night before bed, I was doing some things, and I decided to go look at, for the first time ever, go look at the analytics of my website to see where things are coming from. And I was looking through some of the sources, and it looks like some of the sources were like, a lot were through Facebook, because that's where I originally shared it, and Instagram and things like that. And then there were several sources that were through like what looks like newsletter, or like school communication groups, software websites, that kind of thing. So it looks like it was maybe shared by like some teachers or administrators or whatever. And I had some teachers and administrators reach out to me and tell me that's where they learned about it. And then, but I came across motherly.com, and I saw several visits had come through there. So I went and looked on their website, and lo and behold, they had done a feature about me on motherly.com. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Motherly, but they are like a big website, lots of expert contributors, huge traffic, huge just a huge deal. And they had featured my words, me. They have featured my words, linked back to my website, and gave a little bit about me, and it drove traffic to my site. Now you have to realize that, like, before this, the only people that visited my site were like my friends and my mom, my sister too. That was it. Like, even my husband didn't go there. Like, no one went there. And now, like, they use the word viral. That's crazy. That's amazing. So, what's the point of this video? I had been feeling kind of lost and in a desert and wandering and waiting. And I am in no way, shape, or form saying that I have arrived. No, I'm not saying this is just the beginning. I'm not saying that at all. But what this situation tells me is that I'm on the right bus. And I had been for a long time telling myself, for a while I was saying, I have no idea what I'm going to do next. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to write about. I have no idea what and then I decided to start blog. I have no idea what I'm going to write about. I have no idea. But then I decided to flip that. And I started saying, there are an abundance of opportunities around me, and God will make them available to me at the right time. So when I started feeling discouraged or unsure, I would say to myself, there are an abundance of opportunities all around me, and God will make them available to me at the right time. Now, I know that sounds really woo-woo, and I'm not a super like woo-woo person, but I'm telling you, this encouraged my soul to keep going, to not get discouraged, not get down. It just changed, it flipped the switch to positivity rather than fear or insecurity or whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to leave you with that tip that things can look bad. Things are bad. Okay? Things are bad right now. We are in a traumatic crisis, and I am not minimizing that in any way. But what I'm saying is that there can be positive things that can come out of anything. And we sometimes have to flip the script to see those opportunities and those blessings so that we can count them. So that's all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for this. I, however, need you. None of this is even important without you. So I need your feedback, your comments, your questions. Let me know what you need and what I can do to serve you and what I can do to be a blessing in your life. That is my whole goal here. So that we'll get it all together, mostly, so that we can all thrive with grace. And so it sounds like my little people that I am in charge of are ready for my input in their lives. So I better get back to them. Bless you. I'll be back.